Such a tough story. Ruby Law is the recruitment director from the Asian American Donor Program. She joins me here tonight. Thank you so much for coming. We do appreciate it. Talk a little bit about your organization, what it does, and how it can help in cases like this.
Asian American Donor Program, it's a local nonprofit group that helps blood cancer patients to find their bone marrow match. Our goal is to register more donors to the registry and educate the public about bone marrow donation.
How hard is it to get into the registry? I understand it's a pretty easy process to get into the registry and get signed up, right?
Yes, the registration process is very easy. It takes about 5 minutes. All you need to do is fill out a form and give a cheek swab sample.
So you got an example of that. It's really, so not only registering, but then just getting the sample out there is such an easy thing to do. So you get, this is a little swab right here, right?
Right. So there are 4 Q-tips. You just rub it against your inner cheek for 10 seconds, and there are a total of four swabs, and then you're done.
And so then you're into the database, right?
Right.
And then if you're a match for somebody, what happens then?
So if you're a match with somebody, we'll ask for blood sample and another physical examination to check if you're the best match. And if you're the best match, then you donate.
So in a case like his, how difficult is it to find somebody? Here we are, we're in the Bay Area. It's a pretty diverse community, but given that, it's hard to find matches, right?
Correct. So matching is based on genetic type. So if you are a Chinese patient, most likely you need a Chinese donor. If you're an African-American patient, you need an African-American donor.
So ethnicity does play an important role. Now, what if you're a blend, though? Is that even more difficult?
It is more difficult. For Kyle's case, he is a Caucasian Chinese, so most likely he'll need the same Chinese-Caucasian mixed race donors.
Really?
Or Asian Caucasian mixed donors.
So not just a Caucasian, not just an Asian.
No.
It would have to be specifically Chinese and a Caucasian, and then you'd have to look at that and see if there's a match. So it becomes more and more specific, and it's more difficult, right?
Correct.
What is the timeline? I know, and we'll mention here in a little bit, that you have a drive going on. There's been a few drives, but you're having another one coming up in about a month. But for these patients, time is of the essence. You need to find somebody fast, right?
Right. It also depends on the patients, each case by case. Some patients, they have a longer period of time. It depends on what type of leukemia and lymphoma that they have.
So once, let's say that you find somebody and they're a match, how quickly can they begin helping that patient that needs their help?
So once there's a match, we will ask for a blood sample right away. So within a couple of weeks of time, we will know if that's the best match, and then the patient will get ready for the treatment to receive their transplant. So we're talking about maybe as soon as like 3-4 months.
And once that happens, then, and I know you're not a doctor, but usually what happens with a patient who's got a successful transplant?
Actually, one of our coworkers is a survivor. She got a transplant 20 years ago. So she's now working, very healthily and working at our organization.
And I didn't want to put you on the spot medically, but I wanted to highlight how important it is that if you do find a match, it does make a difference in people's lives.
Yes. There are a lot of survivors also in the Bay Area, too. So I encourage everybody to sign up as a donor, especially if you're an ethnic minority.
Absolutely. Some good reminders, and as we mentioned, you've had some bone drives in the past. You're going to have some more. There is one January 7th coming up. That one's going to be at the Serendipity Preschool. It's in San Mateo, and you can see the website down there on the screen that gets to the organization so that you can help Kyle out there. So it's important. You just go by. The test is really simple. It's painless. It's quick. It's easy, but it could make a difference in somebody's life.
Yes.
Ruby, thank you so much for coming by. We appreciate it. Good luck. I hope that you not only can help his family, but others out there that are in need as well.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate it.